Okay, balik po tayo. Alright, go ahead with your explanation.
Going back to Father McMahon, he was president of Ateneo de Cagayan. I was teaching constitutional law and public international law. And one evening, well, it's not really an evening, it was 2 o'clock in the morning in his office, he was telling me, Bono, the leader of the country is beyond the pale of the moral law insofar as man-woman relation is concerned. And why is that? Because if you don't allow him that much leeway, he will make erroneous decisions or he will go insane. We debated that for more than a year. And then finally he said...
Did you find it morally persuasive?
No, later. And there was his caveat. However, if you have a dalliance with a woman other than your wife, you should see to it that there should only be 3 persons who should know. Who? I said, well, the woman, you, and God, because you cannot deny it from God. Because, Bono, if there's a 4th person who will know about it, the whole world will know about it. I thought he was wrong. Because I took the side of my mother. My mother used to be intrigued into believing that my father had several sweethearts because he was long-term mayor of our town. And then I learned later that the caveat was correct, that it can be done. 2 examples are the United States, are presidents of the United States of America. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, 4th-term president of the United States, the only one in the history of the U.S. He and his wife, Eleanor, was an ideal couple. There was no breath of scandal during his term. At the end of his term, when he died in Palm Springs, you know who was the only person who was there? Because Eleanor was delivering a speech somewhere. It was the beautiful social secretary who was a New York debutant who was beside his bed. And the whisper was, that is when he died already, that his sweetheart was the social secretary. That's example number 1. Example number 2, Dwight W. Eisenhower and Mommy Eisenhower. Yeah. They were also an ideal couple. No breath of scandal, no whisper of anything. Only when Dwight died, it was learned that his sweetheart pala was the whack who was driving him when he was the commanding general in the European theater, a captain and later a colonel, K. Summersby. So it can be done.
Before he died, those rumors were floating.
Who?
I'm old enough to know and to remember.
K. Summersby?
Yes.
Some suspected, but confirmation, like Kennedy, John F. Kennedy. So all suspicions, no confirmation, unlike Arap, unlike Marcos, unlike Clinton. They're not just rumors, they are confirmation. Mahirap. You can have rumors.
So, but sa akin, what is that got to do with it?
About, because when you are visibly immoral, you are delivering a message to the rest of the country. Because the president should be an example. Should be an example. He should be example of virtue, so that the kids will be virtuous and the whole country will be virtuous. That's why the caveat is correct.
Was the whole country virtuous because Eisenhower kept his dalliance with Summers?
No, it was virtuous because
everybody knew the affairs of John F. Kennedy?
No confirmation, suspicions. Not in the case of Clinton, where people wrote books about what happened. The only suspicion about John Kennedy is the birthday party in New York when
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe, and it made Jackie mad because of dedication.
Okay, so let's go back to the question of the barangays, no?
Yeah.
Kasi ang gusto pa lang appoint ni Presidente, hindi lang yung barangay chair, but also all the officials of the barangay.
Of course, he can do it.
Okay.
But he should pay.
What you're saying is that you know the way to do it.
Of course.
So if they don't and they want to know your way,
yes,
they'll have to come and see you and ask you to help them.
And pay the necessary fees, because I'm not a part of his administration.
It depends on how expensive you are.
Well, that's a matter of speculation among many of my clients.
Yeah, that's the whole trouble. But okay, so then to go back here, the reason that I'm saying is, it is claimed that 6 or 7 years ago, narco-politics na ang ating state, and that many barangays are use drug money in order to be able to be elected.
That's what the president says. Di ba?
Yun nga sinasabi. But the question I have here is, there are 42,000 barangays here. How many councilors would they have in the barangay or board members?
About 6 or 7, I think.
6 or 7. So you're talking about 240,000 people.
Yeah, but if you really know how to govern the country, you will know whom to appoint.
Well,
Because to begin with, your choice of cabinet ministers should be the correct one, the best and the brightest.
I know that's easier said than done.
No, it's been done by Kennedy.
No.
It's been done by Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
You cannot compare what happened in America to what's happening here.
Yes,
And I don't think that their example is necessarily going to help us in this country. Because we have to take a look at the what you might call all the ups and downs of our public morality here in this country.
the major problem really, Ray, boils down to leadership. Who is the leader? Is the leader a man of vision? Does he have a blueprint? Is he disciplined? Does he love the country? Does he have character? Does he have integrity? And most of all, according to Speaker Laurel, and I keep on repeating this over and over again, may utak sa bayag at may bayag sa utak.
Pinanganak na ba yung taong yun?
Of course, we are 105 million.
Well, you point out one to me.
Oh, maybe we are looking at each other. Maybe, I'm just saying maybe. So the people can judge us anyhow based on our performance and our resume and what you have done in the past.
Okay.
You can make judgments.
Barangay elections were postponed until October of this year.
Yes.
Can they be postponed again?
Of course they can be postponed again.
What would it take to postpone barangay elections again? An executive order
No,
or
it
an
cannot
act of Congress?
It cannot be done by executive order.
Oo.
It can be done by law. But there is already law postponing the October elections.
Meron na ba?
Republic Act 10923.
But it has not gone out of the House yet.
No, it's signed already.
But is it?
It's signed by President Duterte October 15, 2016.
Pinirmahan na.
Pirma na.
Postpone it to October this year.
No, beyond. The October elections is postponed under that law.
Until when?
Well, God knows when.
Does the law that does it not prescribe unto when that and how long that postponement is to be?
No, it's the time frame is on hold. It's just postponed. Period.
Well, isn't that a defective law?
Well, a law of that nature is really defective because it should define the timeline.
Exactly my point.
It does not define the timeline. It just says postponed.
Why haven't you sued to invalidate that law?
No, that's the problem of the president. If he consults me and pay me the correct fees, my legal fees, as a lawyer, maybe he can solve his problems. But he always says that he has the best and the brightest. Why doesn't he tap the members of his cabinet to divine the method?
Let me ask you a question in terms of your own experience in your province. How much of the barangay officials are in the hands of drug lords?
No, in my province, none. During the time when I was governor, of course
No, at this time.
At this time, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure.
Hindi ka sigurado. All right, we've got a question here, 0975-396-6668 from Diane of Jensen. Gusto ko ang pamamalakad ni Pangulong Duterte kasi ito ang totoong pagbabago ng bansa natin.
O, totoong pagbabago. Maraming pinatay. Maraming kasinungalingan. Tama siya eh.
Ay, huwag naman sabihin natin na
Maraming
puro negatibo
kalaban.
lang. Puro negatibo lang ba nangyari?
Hindi. The policies are good, but the implementation is bad. Very bad. You know, when you're a leader of a country, even if you go to war, you don't create so many fronts. Kalaban mong Amerika, kalaban mong EU, kalaban mong UN, kalaban mo ang ICC, kalaban mo ang Catholic Church. Anong klaseng pagbabago yan? Yung bang klaseng pagbabago ang gusto natin? Na he will kill 100,000 more? That's what he says. At sabi pa niya, in the speech that he made, I'm sorry for the poor. I have to kill them because the rich don't sell drugs. What's he talking about? What is he talking about? He doesn't know his onions. By God, what kind of an assessment is that? The drug problem is not due to the users. The drug problem is due to the manufacturers, the importers, the massive distributors, the police, and many public officials. They are the conduit. That's why I said, without bragging, because I've been in government for quite some time, if I were Secretary of Justice, I'd stick to the time frame of 6 months. I will demolish the illegal drug problem in 6 months. But this should give me enough leeway of how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a prescribed formula.
Ako, I will tend to question that. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
How can you stop the inflow of the drugs from China?
The inflow of drugs to China come here in several conduits. No? Okay. One is vessels coming here. The other one is planes coming here. Your immigration and your customs and your Navy should do their job, and your Coast Guard. If they do their job, these things cannot enter here.
But we don't have enough vessels, for example, in the Coast Guard to do that.
No, but they have to land here. As a matter of fact, many of the manufacturers of Cebu do it through customs.
And also by putting this in, dropping them in the water, tapos pinapapasok.
Yes. Ano palang ginagawa ng Coast Guard?
Hindi nila kayang tingnan lahat yan.
Hindi, Ray. It can be done. It can be done. They are not using their heads. That's their problem. The problem is really implementation. It's a good policy. We should get rid of illegal drugs in this country. But the implementation is wrong.
In other words, ang sinasabi natin dito, kung hindi mo titigilin yung pagpasok to smuggling,
walang mangyayari.
Walang mangyayari.
And another point, they said that the inquirer reduced the number. They said that the Nueva Ecija Rehabilitation Center can contain 10,000.
But there are only
But there are only 125. What's the matter with them? What's the matter with them? Why you waste a facility like that? It can accommodate 10,000 and you have only 125.
Now,
something is wrong somewhere.
Now, when you do rehabilitation, I hope they have enough people who know how to rehabilitate.
Precisely.
It's not just a matter of building a building.
When they waged this campaign, they should have taken into consideration doctors, nurses, psychologists, psychiatrists. They have violated the number one rule of a successful organization. You know Mao Zedong and Peter Drucker, they are both authorities on organizations. These are the 4 elements of a good organization. Analyze, organize, deputize, supervise. What's the matter with them? These are very simple guidelines. If you're a good manager, if you're a good president of the country, you would know how to do it.
Okay, a few reminders. We'll be right back.